Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
We're just an affable couple in love that loves reacting to some Avatar the Last Airbender.
Yes, we do.
So this is Avatar the Last Airbender Season 3. Final season. Check it out. We're starting it right now. Season 3, Episode 1.
Final season.
Yeah. So if you want all of our reactions for this amazing series, then we got a playlist for you in the description of this video, where we also have early ad-free access on Patreon. Links down below.
Yeah.
Ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay. Snuggle puppy, yay!
Yay, snuggle puppy!
What?
Little Lang? Or no?
How long has he been out? He's got hair.
I was thinking this was like
A flashback? Yeah. Oh.
Oh no!
You hear something? He's awake! Stop! Wait!
You're with Uncle Iroh.
Momo!
Aang, you're awake!
Hey, good to see you back with the living, buddy.
Sokka? Uh-oh, somebody catch him, he's gonna...
Papa!
Papa!
Aren't you cold?
I've got a lot on my mind. Over 3 years since I was home.
I just asked if you were cold. I didn't ask for your whole life story.
Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
I guess you never got over that crush.
Mm-hmm.
Why is everyone dressed this way? You got hurt pretty bad.
How long has he been out?
I like your hair. I have hair?
Everything okay?
We're fine, Dad.
I'm Hakoda.
He knows who you are. I just called you Dad, didn't I? Would you mind giving us a little privacy?
Oh, hey.
Wow, Katara. Rudy.
Are you mad at your dad or something? Not at all. Why would you say that?
She's just a teenage girl. Dad, get out of my room. Ooh.
Tell me where your pain feels most intense.
And the big hole in my back.
Let me just see if I can... I was gone, but you brought me back. I just used the spirit water from the North Pole. I don't know what I did exactly. You saved me. You need to rest.
Your Princess Azula, clever and beautiful. In Ba Sing Se.
Earlobes.
They destroyed their own wall.
Yeah. Bet you all believe there's a war now.
And after 3 long years, your prince has returned.
This is what you always wanted. Everyone cheering for you. Your honor restored. But not really.
The Earth King decided he wanted to travel the world in disguise.
Look at this bear. Yes, he rips off his stuff too.
Captured a single ship and made it our disguise.
We've been working on a modified version of the invasion plan.
It's Sokka's invasion plan.
So we're planning a smaller invasion. Just a ragtag team of our friends and allies from around the Earth Kingdom.
Good to see you again, Aang.
And the best part is, we have a secret. The whole world thinks you're dead.
Well, everyone's probably gonna be panicked. The Avatar's dead.
How is that good news? That's terrible.
They won't be expecting you on the day of Black Sun.
This is so messed up. I'll handle this. Ugh.
Yeah.
Bato and I will take care of this.
Besides, Toph can just like bend their entire ship.
Well, there is that.
We have orders to deliver some cargo.
Ah, Eastern Fleet. Well, nice of Admiral Chan to let us know he was sending one of his ships our way.
I'm sure Admiral Chan meant no disrespect.
There is no Admiral Chan.
Admiral Chan has been on leave for 2 months at Ember Island.
I think this is a captured ship. Sink this ship.
They know!
Gotta love how quickly they all spring into action.
Turtle ducks.
You seem so downcast. May has been in a strangely good mood lately.
I didn't capture the Avatar.
You think he somehow miraculously survived?
This is water from the spirit oasis at the North Pole.
There's no way he could have survived.
She knows you're lying.
Then I'm sure you have nothing to worry about.
Don't you have things to like fire back at them? Yeah.
Way to go, Toph. Poor Aang. Well, that's definitely a problem.
Big, big problem. Katara's got it, though.
I'm gonna give us some cover.
Holy shit. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just stand by and
good
do
aim.
nothing.
You're still hurt. Just let us handle this.
Fine.
Good job, Sokka.
Things couldn't get much worse.
Oh shit.
The universe just loves proving me wrong.
You make it too easy.
Ooh.
Okay. Good thing you pissed it off. Feast.
Thank you, the universe.
We're going into town to find some dinner.
Maybe dinner's a good idea.
Here, tie this around your head. It'll cover your arrow.
I'm not going out if I can't wear my arrow proudly. You guys go ahead without us. We'll catch up with you. You don't want people to think you failed. But the problem is, I did fail. And now the Earth Kingdom has fallen for good. It's not for good.
You lost the battle, you haven't lost the war.
And I hate the invasion plan too. I don't want you or anyone else risking your lives to fix my mistakes. But now I know I need to do it alone. Aang. Katara, please, just go. I need to redeem myself. I need my honor back.
Just ask Zuko how that journey goes.
Exactly, which is why they went right to him. Ooh.
I brought you some food.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, you had to have seen that coming.
That he would be that stupid?
Yeah.
No.
Pride comes before the fall, right?
You have redeemed yourself, my son. Welcome home.
What's wrong, Katara?
He left. Aang. He just took his glider and disappeared. He has this ridiculous notion that he has to save the world alone. It's selfish and stupid.
Yep, it is.
I know the world needs him, but doesn't he know how much that we need him too? How can he just leave us behind?
You're talking about me too, aren't you?
How could you leave us, Dad? But we were just so lost without you. Why do I still feel this way? I'm so sad and angry and hurt.
You and your brother are my entire world. I thought about you every day I was gone. I would lie awake missing you so much it would ache.
I am proud because you and your sister conquered Ba Sing Se. And I am proudest of all, you slayed the Avatar. Azula told me everything. She said she was amazed and impressed with your power and ferocity at the moment of truth.
She wouldn't give you credit unless it was calculated. You
Yep.
know that.
Because she doesn't believe that the Avatar is dead. And she knows if you get the truth, or she knows that if you get the credit, and you do think he's alive, you're not going to want to take it. She's playing you. Nice. Clever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Why'd you do it?
You're going to have to be a little more specific. You seemed so worried about how Father would treat you because you hadn't captured the Avatar. I figured if I gave you the credit, you'd have nothing to worry about. Call it a generous gesture.
You're not generous.
What could I possibly gain by letting you get all the glory for defeating the Avatar? Unless somehow the Avatar was actually alive. All that glory would suddenly turn to shame and foolishness. You said yourself, that was impossible.
Exactly. Damn, she's good. And she knew you wouldn't correct your father and tell him the truth, because he finally accepted you. She knew your weak spot. She always has.
I failed.
You haven't failed, Aang.
Everyone thinks I'm dead again.
If anyone is to blame for the state of the world, it is me. I should have seen this war coming and prevented it. But I believe you are destined to redeem me.
I don't know.
You already saved the world. And you'll save the world again.
Yeah. Sokka's girl.
You're right. I won't give up.
Let's go
Make sure
surfing
you get
now.
your stick.
Come on a safari with me.
But where's this fancy stick?
It's okay, he's at the bottom of the volcano. I'm sure I'll be fine. Momo! Yeah. Get in there. Aw.
I have so much to do.
But you'll have our help.
You didn't think you could get out of training just by coming to the Fire Nation, did you?
What about the invasion?
We'll join up with my dad and the invasion force on the day of the eclipse.
What? Oh, it's your glider.
If someone saw it, it would give away my identity. It's better for now that no one knows I'm alive.
Zula playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
Yeah, she sucks.
In all the best ways.
And like, I mean, Zuko he's going to take a while to learn from his mistakes, but this is why he never should have betrayed Uncle Iroh in the first place. Is why he never should have gone back, because what he failed to grasp still is nobody there loves him. It's a court of people out for themselves, trying to one-up each other, try and have more power than the other person. Whereas Uncle Iroh actually loved him and would do anything for him and to see him happy. Zuko just can't figure that out yet.
And honor isn't something that somebody gives you. You know, it's not handed out by one person as if like they are the honor keeper and they are the ones that tell you like what honor is. Like, no, that's not the way it works. And so there's plenty of ways. And like Zuko had restored his honor a bunch of different times, but then just fell back into his old habits and like, and not, you know, not respecting himself, not forgiving himself, not just caring too much about his dad and what his dad thinks about him. It's like, yeah, it's sad. And I love the shot though of, and you pointed out when it happened, like, you know, how Aang was going down the Zuko path and it like faded out from half of like Aang's face to like Zuko's half of the face with the scar. I thought that was just, yeah, it was a great piece of editing there.
And thankfully, Aang has friends who, you know, can help keep him sort of like on the right path, keep his head on straight so that he can make the good choices. Whereas Zuko, as soon as he lost his mom, he was totally alone.
Yeah.
I don't know at what age, and this may have been in the flashbacks, but I'm not sure at what age Uncle Iroh really kind of not just like was connected to him, but really started to like bond with him. Because whatever the transition there was, like Uncle Iroh had just lost his son.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that even if he and Zuko were linked up together in the aftermath of that Uncle Iroh was really in an emotional state to be like, here, let me take you under my wing and raise you as my son, who I am still grieving for. Like, I'm sure there had to have been a grief process there in which he probably was not necessarily ready to have that relationship yet. And Zuko was grieving his mom. So, you know, he had no one. And so he went down a terrible path and made tons of wrong choices. Hopefully Aang won't do that. And will, to your point, understand that honor is not handed out by anyone. Honor is within you and the actions and the choices that you make.
And when someone's been wronged and abused and like just treated poorly and unkindly by like their parents and people that they inherently have a lot of trust in, it's tough to overcome that with just one person on your side, because you kind of like, I don't know, it's easier to dismiss that person and just being like, I don't know, it's like Iroh's great, you know, it's like Zuko loves Iroh. I have no doubt about that, but it could just be like, okay, well, yeah, Iroh believes this in me, but that's just Iroh, you know. Whereas Aang, like you said, like he has so many like friends, and like and they're not just friends, there's family, and he's got, you know, Roku and the moon, just, you know, to give him advice too. That's always nice. That's but like, so having more people like within his inner circle, I think helps Aang stay grounded, and like it helps him when he strays off the path and when he like goes down the I need to restore my honor and the pride path. So it's a little bit easier when you're hearing it from like more than one person than when you're just hearing it like just from one person, kind of like how Zuko was.
I also think for Aang, like when he gets into that negative headspace, he has the people to pull him out of it pretty quickly. Like we've heard him get into like some talking poorly about himself in the past, but there's always been somebody to pull him out of it. When you think of Zuko, he's had something around probably like 10 to 15 years of just talking shit about himself to himself all the time. That's a decade or more of like abuse to try to overcome. And also you have to find out or figure out at least that is what it is. Like sort of dissolving into a toxic cesspool in your mind of talking to yourself is pretty terrible. And especially if it's coming from somebody who, or is influenced by somebody that you feel like, but they have to love me.
Yeah.
They're family. Like they have to love me. It's very hard to figure out and acknowledge what's going on. And until you know what's going on, you really can't start healing from it.
Yeah, agreed. Momo coming in, I don't know, just everything with Momo I love. I just you keep saying that because, he's just so great coming in there and talking.
His like his cute, tiny little pink tongue that he's kissing Aang with. Oh, it was just...
He's not cuter than you, Bucky. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Nobody's cuter than you, Bucky.
Yeah.
But it was, that. And then I love Appa's just his big fat nose coming in for the group hug. It's priceless.
Yeah. Did you notice, like, and I only really noticed it in when she was talking with her dad. Maybe it's just because she got so emotional in that scene. But like, I'm like, did they change the voice actress for Katara? Like she sounded, I don't know, she sounded like a little bit like older maybe. But maybe I'll look it up on IMDb. I don't know if you noticed it.
I didn't pick up on it at all. Now I'm like, how did I not pick up on that?
No, I mean, like I'm saying, like I was just during that one scene, I'm like, she sounds a little different. Something sounds a little off. But I think, I don't know. Like I said, I think it was just like the emotion of the scene, and we don't really get to see. We've seen Katara, get emotional before, like when it comes to Aang and everything. But yeah, so I don't know. That was just something that I thought I noticed. I'll check it on IMDb to see if I'm right about that at all. I'm sure I'm not. But anyways, Katara's waterbending skills were very impressive. Toph didn't really get to show off a lot this episode. I mean, she had some cool earth bending moments and throwing the rocks and everything. A good little joke about getting out of earth bending training, but. So I'm hoping to see more from Toph in the next episode. But Katara I thought was really impressive in this episode.
I kind of thought they all were. Like Toph taking out that catapult was very impressive. And of course, Katara's powers are awesome. Like, I'm going to give us some cover and then boom. It's like suddenly surrounded by Niagara Falls mist. And being able to like plug the hole in the boat, that was pretty impressive.
And Toph using her hearing to like figure out that they knew what was going on, and then she like snuffed him out right away.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I also like what they did with the second scene between Katara and her father, because that anger towards her father, especially since she'd been so excited to see their dad when it had seemed like they were going to, and then, she let Sokka. But I don't think that we'd really seen anything about the anger that she harbored towards her father for leaving in the first place. And that first scene was just like, God, Katara, so much anger.
Yeah.
You made the comment about like, oh, she's a teenage girl. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I could see, I guess, if like, she's got feelings for Aang and like her dad's coming in.
Yeah.
Like,
that's kind of how I read the scene at first.
I'm like, I was like, I don't know. Katara usually seems like she's a more balanced person than that. Like, so just, it felt weird, which is why I'm so glad they gave us that second scene where everything going on with Aang is stirring up the emotions that she had to deal with as a child and clearly like couldn't resolve on her own because she needed to see her father again and she needed to give voice to it. Even as she says afterwards, like, I know why you had to go and I get it, but like that just doesn't prevent the feeling, like the wounded child feeling of being left behind. That's just, you can have a reason to go and it can be a good and honorable and necessary reason and defending the people and all that. That's going to coexist in the world of the child that gets left behind and feels abandoned and left alone. And doing it for the right reasons still doesn't take that away.
Exactly. Like just so because you like understand like the reasoning and the logic behind certain actions and why someone did something doesn't take away the feelings. It's not that like emotion doesn't work that way. And it's not like it's like, okay, well, now that I understand the logic behind everything, now I feel okay. Now I don't need to worry about my feelings. My feelings are, now my feelings are like, oh, okay, we get it. So we're not going to be angry anymore because of that. It's like, no, you do need to express something. Like when she said, having that scene come up later, now when she's saying like, oh no, like, why would you think that I was mad at my dad? It's like she didn't even process it. She didn't even realize that like that anger was simmering beneath the surface there until you like really start to process why. It's like, yeah, like why am I angry? And we'll do that some days. Usually it's more Bethany asking me. She's like, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, like everything's fine. I'm like, okay. Why? Like, why am I? What is triggering me? Like, something has obviously triggered me. Like, because Bethany's like knows me very well, and so it's just one of those things. Like sometimes you don't even realize what's going on until you really sort of like think about it. It's like, okay, yeah, you know what? Something is irritating me. What is irritating me? And really voicing it and saying it out loud. 9 times out of 10 that helps. I'm not going to say it's like cures it, but I think it helps.
Well, and sometimes like just taking that pause and that breath and asking yourself like, what is going on with me right now is so crucial. But like often our lives are so busy and like we're constantly going from one thing to the next that we don't give ourselves that time. And so it just stews and stews and stews until it finally like blows up. But you can prevent all that if you just stop and kind of are like, what is going on? And I did it just the other day. We were doing house cleaning and then like I realized I forgot to do something and I felt like really behind and I had like this self-imposed deadline to get stuff done by this certain time. And I started to get like really huffy and just pissed off. And then I went back into our bedroom and I was like, what is going on with me? And I realized it was all because of a self-imposed deadline. I felt behind because I told myself I had to get stuff done by a certain time, but there was no earthly reason why it all had to happen by that time. And so like just coming to that realization and going like, oh yeah, I can let this go. Like this is not a thing. Now obviously that's really small in the context of like greater world problems. Yeah. But it's still like it helps to ask yourself the question and just take those 5 or 10 seconds. Yeah, and it's okay. It's just admitting yourself like sometimes something upsets you and just like realizing this like, oh, you know what? That thing upset me more than I thought it did. Like I knew it upset me, but I didn't realize how it was going to have this lasting and lingering effect that was going to continue to upset me. And and just dealing with it. But anyways, let us know what you thought about this episode down below in the comments. And thanks so much for seeing our reaction for Avatar the Last Airbender Season 3, Episode 1. But just keep in mind that our reaction is definitely not definitive.